With the requirements of energy efficiency, integrated technologies, and innovative architectural design in today's buildings, commissioning has reached new levels of importance with clients, owners, and project teams. The demands on the commissioning provider have also grown, and the need for building performance has become greater than ever. In the past, the commissioning agent has provided a supportive role. However, now, this role has become critical to the successful delivery of projects. Stakeholders have come to rely on the commissioning agent to fill the gaps in the project delivery team. Historically, the commissioning agent would have assisted project teams. The reality is that with the focus on buildings performing at their optimal best, commissioning agents are central to the project's success and have increasingly earned the professional respect of stakeholders as the industry strives to make a meaningful difference to achieve net zero. With over 2 decades of commissioning experience on hundreds of projects in diverse markets, it has been my experience that building commissioning naturally fills the gap between the engineering function of a project and the construction trades. Quite often, those that install the components of a building do not have the opportunity to verify the functions of all equipment and the modus operandi. Due to the way building components and systems are procured for the projects, the team which undertakes the installation typically does not have the full opportunity to learn how the equipment is expected to perform. This knowledge may not even filter down to manufacturer's technicians who may be deployed to start up and test the equipment. I'm not referring to a knowledge gap in this instance. The gap here is how does the client and/or owner completely test this building and its systems sufficiently to satisfy that all modes of operation have been verified. And critically, issues are more effectively resolved while all stakeholders are available and still on site. For example, while a standby generator may start up, does this power all of the expected circuits? Does all the equipment required to perform on standby power actually work on standby power? Furthermore, does this equipment return to operation when normal power is restored? The natural question is, who is responsible to verify this operation? If someone is responsible for this verification, who will coordinate this testing and determine if the system meets the design intent? There are not many people on a particular project who have the opportunity to document these non-conforming events, and therein lies one example of the gap that commissioning fills. A recent project revealed numerous pieces of equipment that failed to respond to the standby power system. The issue was traced to the programming of a common component. Had the testing and proper observation not been organized, the issue would have revealed itself during a utility power interruption event, and this system failure would have resulted in a service interruption at a mission-critical site. The next issue that I feel serves as a wider gap to fill is the role of the commissioning agent who acts as an impartial arbiter of all fault finding and resolution logistics. While it is absolutely true that the commissioning agent must be unbiased, typically, the commissioning agent will seek to ensure that all systems within the building meet the project requirements. Another critical factor in today's building performance environment is that the commissioning agent has to be an absolutely integral part of the project team. If the commissioning effort is to become a success and technical findings used to improve building performance, the commissioning agent must gain the confidence and trust of the entire project team. Construction is a multifaceted, multidisciplinary, and collaborative endeavor, and it is extremely hard and strenuous work. Successful construction teams overcome challenging environments on site by teamwork and trust. This approach goes a long way towards making a project team effective. The commissioning agent has to fill the gap as a trusted project constituent, and while it might seem trivial, trust is gained through familiarity, proven performance, technical capability, and delivery. Rarely will anyone on a project be fully integrated and reach a level of trust if they are not in attendance on a regular basis. This means ensuring that the commissioning budget has enough time and resources for personnel to be on site to know the project team and to understand the technical challenges. A recent project was bolstered by supporting the site superintendent with information he needed to achieve his TCO. This was not a commissioning function. However, he appreciated our effort to help him, and he assisted the commissioning effort by working out logistics issues with the mechanical contractor. This is an example of where improvement is required for commissioning to fill the site attendance gap. Often, in the proposal phase, the prospective commissioning candidate is under pressure to deliver a competitive price, and decisions on selecting the commissioning agent often are based on providing the lowest quote. Clients and owners may not realize that to achieve a low commissioning price, hours may have been removed from a healthy amount of site presence. I maintain that site presence is a key ingredient to a successful commissioning program. Clients and owners would greatly benefit from assuring their commissioning candidates have allocated sufficient hours for site attendance during the bid leveling process. Finally, the last gap I will discuss today is the content that is generated. For example, drawings, O&M manuals, as-builts, training materials, and other critical facility information that is often scattered on non-commissioned projects. This is critical information needed to operate the building and serves as a permanent asset for the building owner. Unless someone is assigned to collect and organize these materials, it will exist across all project participants, across multiple construction software platforms, and runs the risk of being inadvertently ignored, discarded, or even misplaced. Now, with today's construction software, which acts as a repository for project documents, finding documents around a project is no longer an issue. However, typically the documents do not make their way to a computer or even to the correct file without someone describing the requirements and the deadlines. This information must be arranged into a format that is easily understood by the client and/or the owner. As we continue to design and deliver buildings, whether these are new builds, renovations, refurbishment, or adaptive reuse projects, the opportunity for fault is endless. Buildings, irrespective of typology, are increasingly more complex than ever. The property and construction industry is a highly competitive and multifaceted sector. Commissioning services address the performance gap. Our aim is to provide confidence to developers, investors, and owners that their buildings will meet the design intent, ensuring that the performance of the building meets or exceeds expectations, which will lead to increased efficiencies, reduction in energy consumption, and help to meet sustainability targets and work towards the drive to net zero.